Cool.
Oh, today we're going to demonstrate how water knows no property lines and no boundaries.
This sponge is going to represent the absorbent soil or land of a critical aquifer recharge area, which is extremely susceptible to contamination.
I've drawn an imaginary boundary line, property line, all the way around this sponge.
This food coloring is going to represent contamination. And what I'm going to do right now is, you know what, let's add the water and talk about the water first before we do this. I'm going to pick this up.
I'm going to be adding water. The plate represents bedrock or hard pan. The water does not move easily through this material, so it collects, creating an aquifer where we can get our drinking water.
Okay, now I'm going to set the land down on top and it should absorb. Okay, so in a situation here, the top of the water here, it would also be covered in land, but we need to see what's going on, so this is why we're using this as a model. The top of the water actually represent what we call the water table. And so this is where the soil becomes saturated, filled all the way up. So that is the water table, and then this is the type of soil before that. So going to take the contamination, and we're only going to put it on one side. So this is the contaminated area on this property right here. We'll just kind of miscellaneously, I think I added enough. Okay, contamination in place.
Okay, so now comes the rainy season. So whether water is coming down in the form of rain or snow, it collects, moves through the soil and collects and becomes part of the aquifer system.
Sometimes in the aquifer, the water will rise as high as 20 feet or goes down 20 feet, depending on how much water has come down. Notice how on top of the land, we're just kind of like waiting here for things to happen. It's really seeming to be pouring out of an area. Oh my gosh, it's almost like, watch over here with this camera. Looky. If you can bring this over, look at over here, it's just coming out, and take a look at where this water is going over here, and remembering that this water in the water table, that's our drinking water. So we'll look at the top. The top line is the property line, and let's move around to the other side here. Okay, and oh geez, really an interesting thing happened here. So there wasn't anything special about the sponge, and the water is really under the land here, really moving around.
So the water moves, it finds its own path. It doesn't, and it also does not respect the boundary line. So the contaminants are moving on both sides of that property line and down through the soil.
Okay, so what I think I want to do is I'm going to just carefully give us a peek to see if anything is happening underground, under the land here that I'm not aware of. So I'm going to just carefully grab this. I don't want to cause, and lift it up. And we can see that there are several areas through down in here and over here that are on the side. You can see up in here, it has been impacted by the contamination.
On the other side?
Well, I don't want to put it back down in. So let's go over here. Oh, I mixed up to which side is the... Okay, so this is the non-contaminated side, and yeah. Okay. Hope that was some kind of an understanding about how water absolutely doesn't know a boundary line.
nor does your contamination.